Python string functions and operations. Previously, we've learned about strings and string formatters. In this lecture, we'll discuss various functions we can apply on strings, like count and split, and operations on strings, like comparison and arithmetic. We have various functions for strings in Python. Some of these help us operate on strings. Others let us create strings from other data types. Let's begin with str and len. Str helps convert another data type into a string. This complex number can be a string, and so can this list. The len function returns a string's length. A is the string book. How long is it? 4 characters. And how long is this slice from it? With the indices 2 and 3, the slice has a length of 2. Lower and upper. Lower returns a string in lowercase. It converts a string to lowercase and returns that, but does not modify the original string. The string A is book with a capital B. A.lower has all lower characters. Upper returns an all uppercase version of the string. A.upper is the string book in all caps. If a string has white space at the beginning or at the end, or both, strip helps remove it. A is this string. Strip helps remove this white space. It works even for uneven amounts of white space. Isdigit, isalpha, and isspace. Isdigit returns true when all characters in a string are digits. A is this string. Is it all digits? No. Isalpha returns true only if they're all letters. A is the string ABC. Is it all alphabetical characters? Yes, they are. And isspace returns true if they're all spaces. Is this string all spaces? Yes, it is. Now startswith and endswith. Startswith returns true when the string begins with the value of the argument. A is the string unconditionally. Does it begin with the string un? Yes, it does. Endswith returns true when the string ends with the value of the argument. A is the string therefore. So does it end with the string for? Yes, it does. We can also find and replace substrings in strings. Find returns the index of the first occurrence of a substring. Does homeowner have meow in it? Yes, at index 2. And the string wow? It doesn't, so it returns -1. Replace searches for a substring and replaces it with a second. If we replace na in banana, we get bahaha. And count. This one returns how often a substring appears in a string. If we count meow in this, it appears once. Na appears twice in banana. Split and join. Split takes a string as argument and splits the string every time it runs into it in the string. This splits the string around full stops. So this gives us the words no, okay, and why with a question mark. Complementary to this, join joins values to form a string. To join the values, it uses the argument string. This joins the 3 values red, green, and blue with asterisks. These were some common functions to call on these strings, but we also have some operations we can perform on them. In the next few slides, we'll learn how to compare and modify them, test membership, compare identities, and perform logical operations. Comparison operators first. We can compare two strings. Is hey less than hi? Yes, because E has a lesser ASCII value than I. And are these two strings unequal? Yes, they are unequal. Some arithmetic operators now. What is ba plus twice na? Banana. We can only add strings. Other operations like subtract and divide aren't possible with them. Membership operations let us check whether a string is a substring to another. Na is present in banana, but less is not absent in helpless. Identity operators let us check whether two strings are identical. Hey and hi are not identical, and yo are unidentical. We can also perform logical operations like and, or, and not. These are based on the fact that empty strings have a Boolean value of false. Let's talk about short circuiting. If the first value is true, it returns the second value, but if the first value is false, it returns that without checking the second value. An empty string and the string 1. Since an empty string has the Boolean value of false, this returns the empty string and does not evaluate further. But a single space does not have a Boolean value of false, so this gives us the string 1. Or returns the first value if it is true, else returns the second value. An empty string or the string 1. An empty string is false, so this returns 1. And with a space, the space is true, so it returns the space. And finally, the not operator. For a string that's false, it returns true, and the other way around. Not of 1. The string 1 is true, so this prints false. And when the string is false, it returns true. Today we discussed some common string functions and operations. If you know your tools in Python, you can use them better.